What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rock and Road Show. It's Alvie.
The 1-3, baby.
We're joined by a special guest.
Sharpie's in the house.
Sharpie is in the house.
That's awesome.
Sorry about the late start. For some reason, I couldn't connect to the server, so here we are.
Yep. Rock and Road Show brought to you by technical difficulties.
It would not be one of our shows unless we had issues with the technology. So
we're still gonna get that shirt, man.
we are. We're gonna make one of those because it's just the only way it has to happen. So, great show for you guys tonight. We had. We were off last week for some other unfortunate situations, but we're back with everybody.
Yeah.
As you guys pop in here, please comment and let us know that you guys are here watching. So before we get into anything, we got to pay the bills.
Pay the bills, man. All right. So as always, we're brought to you by Misfit Metalworks. Misfit Metalworks offers CNC plasma cutting, welding, metal fabrication, and prototyping services, as well as laser engraving. You can contact the Misfits for all your metal needs at 813-598-7409 or stop by the shop at 1913 East Bears Avenue, Unit 1100 Bravo. That's a B for you people that don't know. That'll be Tampa 33613. Let them know the Rock and Road Show sent you.
Also brought to you by Eric Warren Artistry and Dropkick Customs. Eric Warren Artistry is a custom paint fabrication studio that specializes in turning your custom dreams into reality. EWA offers a one-stop shop for all your paint, metal fiberglass needs, welding, powder coating, motorcycle stereo equipment, air ride systems, custom wheels, parts development, much, much more. If you guys need anything for your motorcycles, please contact Eric Warren at 813-503-4764. You can stop by the shop at 13215 North Nebraska Avenue, Suite A, Tampa, Florida 33612. And of course, let them know that we sent you. And also, we are brought to you by the Franhosh Law Group. Franhosh Law Group provides legal representation for victims of negligence. They handle a broad range of personal injury and wrongful death, including car, truck, and motorcycle accidents, slip and fall injuries, and much more. For all your legal needs, please contact Franhosh at 866-LAW-FRAN or visit lawfran.com, or you can stop by their offices at 1275 North Nebraska Avenue, Palm Harbor, Florida, 34683.
Whew, that's a mouthful.
There
Get
we
everything
go.
out. So you already did this. You already apologized for last week. That was that was an unfortunate thing on my side. So
hey, it happens. Family first, man.
Absolutely.
That's what I always say.
Absolutely. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the 1-3's road trip. Yep. I was gone over the weekend. Yeah. What was it?
Where did you go?
I went to North Carolina and Georgia.
That's what I saw. I just wanted to pull it out of you.
You pulled it. You wanted
to pull that out of you. Yeah, that was a good trip, isn't it?
Oh man, I tell you, man, I love riding through those mountains.
Riding in the mountains never gets old.
No, it is awesome.
It's one of the to do things every year. You got to try to get up by the Blue Ridge Parkway and the Tail of the Dragon.
Yep. All
of that is a must ride. If you've never done the mountains, it's the way to go.
Oh yeah. Well, we started here. Actually, trailered up to Warner Robins, Georgia. Left Warner Robins, went to Ellijay. I don't know if you've ever been through Ellijay. Ellijay is a really nice, quaint little town. I actually wrote a story about my whole adventure, so pretty soon we're going to put that somewhere.
Yeah, as soon as I can figure it all out, we'll get it on. We'll get it up onto the internet, and the idea. And 1-3 actually brought this up to me, but the idea is that we'll have a place where people can submit their stories for their rides that they've done over the years.
And share a ride.
Yeah.
Share, hey, maybe someone else would like to go in this, on this same ride that I went on. So I even threw, some roads in there, roads to look at. There's a Highway 180 that it goes through Georgia. And it goes from like Franklin, North Carolina. I don't know, you come down south. I don't remember the exact roads. But it's 180. It's got a lot of twists and turns and stuff.
I don't know if you remember last year. I did the auto train.
Yeah, you said you took the auto train
The auto train up to Lorton, Virginia, and we got off there and we spent 2 days in Washington D.C. checking everything out. And we left Washington D.C. and started making our way back. And then it was a great trip. It took us 7 days to get back. We went as far west as Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Wow.
Yeah, and spent the night there at the casino, and it's a great ride. It was a good time. It was about 2,500 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a really good trip.
Those are the fun trips too, though, where you can just, there's no time limit. You just go and do what you do what you want to do, see what you want to see, and you get there when you get there.
Well, what's funny on this trip that we took, we went, like I said, to Ellijay. We stayed in a cabin. I'll show you pictures. We'll post some pictures later. But this cabin's actually a 2-story house, 3-bedroom, three bath. It's really nice, 2 acres. But when we stayed there, we went up to Franklin, Highlands, Franklin area, North Carolina. We went and saw these falls, and they're called the Dry Falls. They were really cool, man. You could actually walk behind the falls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you go back there. There's one area you can park your motorcycle, even though you're not supposed to. There's falls. It's like a road.
Right.
You can park right there, and the falls come down.
Oh, is that right?
And we wanted to get a picture with them, but my buddy Paul didn't. We're not going to do that.
There's evidence if you do it, right?
Something about the law.
Yeah.
You know.
A little bit of evidence.
Yeah. So
what's really cool about riding like that is pictures fade, but the memories never leave.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Memories stay, man.
They stay with you forever.
Well, I don't know about pictures fading because we got this digital stuff now.
Yeah, it's true.
Digital photography, man, it stays forever, and it's once you put it on the internet, it's there. It's out there forever.
So just to kind of catch up here, I don't know, the comments aren't going. It's whatever. Sissy says, "What's up? How's it going?" HD's checking in. Connie says hi. Sybil says hi. Let's see who else is here. Dale Garza, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
All
right, so real quick, while he's saying,
Sissy says the mountains can get buggy at night.
Yes, a little bit.
They can.
A little bit buggy. Yes, you are correct.
Connie says hi to Sharpie.
Hey, Connie, how are you?
Sissy says the mind's eye remembers, and that's what.
This is true.
Sharpie was just saying. So
it's true. So, what did you all think, real quick, for those that watched the beginning, the new intro?
The new intro.
I meant to mention.
Yeah. We're kind of stoked about the new intro.
Yeah.
I know. Connie's super stoked about the new intro. We were actually saving that intro for our other. Idea that we had that we're still batting around. Not that we're batting around. We're still trying to get it done, but COVID has kind of screwed that all up.
Yes.
So, so we kind of were asked, hey, why not use that on the show that you guys do every week?
Yep.
So there you go. Now we're gonna try and use the new intro. We like it. It came out really good. So
I dig it, man.
Well, folks out there in Facebook land, I was the first guest for the new intro.
That's right.
So I am so blessed right now. I don't even know what to tell you.
That's so right.
Can I get a tissue, Kimberly?
I got napkins.
Just in case I start to tear up here. Man, that was good.
Look, you read it already.
Yeah. So how long were you in the mountains?
We were up there 4 days.
Okay.
We left on Thursday or something. Yeah, Thursday to go to Warner Robins. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we came home Monday.
You got a little wet on Monday, if I remember, right?
No, not this time. We got wet Friday going up to Warner
going
Robins.
up.
Yeah.
It's funny. You get up there and you don't get wet, but the minute you step back into Florida, the bottom falls out.
It comes down, yeah. Now, what we did do after we did the mountains and all this stuff, we came back to Palm Bay, and I was going to come home because like I said, we rode to Palm Bay. It's a 2.5 hour ride. It was nighttime. My buddy Paul says, hey, why don't you stay and we'll go in the jet skis tomorrow? And I'm like, oh man, you just twisted my arm. I'm going to have to stay the night.
Don't threaten me with a good time, right?
Yeah, right. So we went out to Sebastian Inlet and rode all around there and went in the ocean and around some islands, just hanging out. It was a good time. Just him and I.
That's awesome.
Hanging on the jet skis. Actually, they're Sea-Doos. Everything's a jet ski, but it's a Sea-Doo.
Yeah, they're all jets. Sea-Doos.
But it was fun. I mean,
it's funny because I call them all Sea-Doos. Like
you call them all Sea-Doos.
Yeah.
Well, back home it's a Coke, but really it's not. It could be a Dr. Pepper.
Oh
it could be a
yeah.
Mountain Dew,
So I've had this discussion with somebody before too. Yeah, they're like,
yep.
I want to, I'd like a Coke. What kind? Right? A Pepsi or a Sprite or a Mountain Dew or what? It's all everything, right?
When I ask for a Coke, I want a Coke.
You want a Coke?
No. Oh, is Pepsi okay? No. The words coming out of my mouth.
I'd hate to work for Pepsi because I don't know what they sell.
Yeah.
It's too
so
sweet
true.
to drink.
It's so true.
It is just, but I like Coke, and I've always liked Coke, and that's.
I don't know if there's no one out there that works for Pepsi.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
If you work for Pepsi, there are some products of Pepsi that I like.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Mountain Dew, but I don't know. No, I like Coke. I'm sorry, I'm a Coke drinker.
That's Sissy says I call them all Yamahas.
Yamaha. Okay.
So I guess whatever you grew up riding is probably the one that you know.
Exactly.
It's like Q-tips, right? Everything's a Q-tip, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
It's a cotton swab, right?
It's
but
cotton swab,
everybody calls them
Q-tip.
Q-tips. But all right. So yeah. So you had a good time.
Had a great time,
awesome.
guys. Great time. And like I said, we'll throw some videos. I did take some videos.
Yeah, we'll get some. I'll throw them up onto
the page
on the Instagram and on the grams, as they say.
Shoot! Oh, what is that? Insta. What was that movie? The Interns.
Oh yeah.
Insta picture or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we're gonna put it. Is the Insta pictures.
Golly, we're gonna put it on the interweb.
All right, so we'll move to the next story here. This one, the 1-3 sent me this yesterday, I believe it was, or 2 days ago. Sad story coming out of Texas.
Yeah. 3 members of the Thin Blue Line Motorcycle Club were killed. 9 injured by a DUI suspect. So it was a retired police officer and 2 retired Army officers who were out enjoying a ride in the hill country. They were killed on Saturday when 9 others were hospitalized in a critical condition when an alleged drunk driver plowed into them. This kind of reminds me of New Hampshire.
Kind of has a lot of the same rings out of the Marine 7, right?
Yeah, so the victims were all members of the Thin Blue Line Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club, and it's an organization of active and retired law enforcement officers.
So they were out riding on Saturday afternoon in Kerrville, Texas. Vehicle crossed the center line and basically mowed into the guys. Killed in the crash were Jerry Wayne Harbor of Houston, 75 years old, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel, retired pilot for Eastern Airlines. Joseph Paglia of Chicago, 48, retired police detective. And Michael White, also of Chicago, in his early 20s, was a police officer and retired Army officer. Or actually, in 20s, not retired. He would have been just a former Army officer. But driver of the vehicle, Ivan Robles, is 28, is charged with 3 counts of intoxication manslaughter with a vehicle and 6 counts of intoxication assault. The group was attending an annual Thin Blue Line Foundation meeting that was scheduled for Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I think that's Ivan Robles.
Robles? When I say Robles?
Robles. Yeah, I think it's Robles. Same thing. But yeah.
Doesn't matter. We shouldn't even put his name up there.
Yeah.
I was going to say something, but I'm glad you touched base on it. I was going to make a negative comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to stay away from too much negative. You know, this is...
As we say in Alabama, let's be sweet.
That's
just
it.
Like our tea, right? It's a good tea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Paglia was president of the Thin Blue Lines Club's Chicago chapter. He did enjoy traveling. He had, drove around his RV and his motorcycle. I guess he had a toy hauler like someone was talking about earlier. According to his Facebook post, Chicago, the group that supports police officers, that's what they like to do. So, the post described Paglia as a volunteer of social causes and a dear friend to many, saying that he's made a lot of friends within the brotherhood. White was a secretary of the Motorcycle Club's Chicago chapter, and the Thin Blue Line Club was founded in 2009, according to his website. The group's members share the love of American-made motorcycles, the wind in their faces, and the brotherhood of like-minded motorcyclists. According to the club's Facebook page, that's
right. From their website, as a fraternal organization, they strive to support one another, law enforcement professionals, and our community. Our members reflect a positive image for our profession and our club. We are the Thin Blue Line. Members of law enforcement motorcycle groups are in mourning, even if they didn't know these guys. And I think we can extend that to all motorcyclists are in mourning for these guys. They do have a couple of the critically injured guys are still active Leos, so their respective precincts and stuff are asking for any thoughts and prayers, everything else. And this is a quote coming out of them that say, "It's a brotherhood. Even if you're not in the same club, we all ride together. We love the friendship we love to fellowship with each other, and we love the freedom of riding motorcycles." I think we can all sentiment those comments. we will, like the Marine 7, we will stay with this story, and we will update the story as we get more information on it. We will link any GoFundMe's or anything else that come out of this situation, because as we all know, we learned with the Marine 7, just because they're gone doesn't mean the families don't have things that they've got to take care of, and with the immediate stuff, but also the long-term situation that comes out of that.
I would add to your story, the group, the defenders here in the Tampa Bay area, is a lot like the Thin Blue Line.
Mm-hmm. Right.
These guys are all in either in the military, or they're first responders, or police officers, and it's a great organization. The defenders are. They do a lot of good things for the community, just as I'm sure as these guys had as well. So it's sad to know that we lost some good people by the DUI, alleged DUI suspect.
Yeah,
right.
You can't say that he's.
Well, and it's just what's really bad about it. It's just the sad part is, and I took this out of the story, but the sad part about it was this happened at 12:05 in the afternoon on a Saturday.
Oh wow! The dude was day drinking.
He was either drinking from the night before,
still,
right,
or had, like you said, day drinking.
That's probably the most shocking part of this, is that it was in the early afternoon.
And guys, we've all ridden thousands and millions of miles on our motorcycle. You can't defend yourself from that.
Oh no, there's nothing you can do.
Wipeout.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah. If they cross the line when you're right there, you're.
Well, you know what I mean. On a completely separate, completely different story. You're talking about there's nothing you can do about that. My biggest fear is intersections. My biggest fear is my right of way being taken away from me.
Yep.
And every time I ride to a intersection, I'm always as much as you can, because you can only do so much, right? But you try and keep your head on a swivel bit. But yeah,
do we want to go back to last year when the guy pulled out in front of me?
Yeah, exactly, right. You just never know, and situations like this, you just can't do anything. You just our thoughts go out to the family of the fallen here.
Absolutely.
And like I said, whenever we find out if there's any fundraising going on for these guys, we will let everybody know. I'm sure that we will probably see some local groups doing some rides, benefit rides and things like that to help these guys out. So stay tuned for that. Okay, we'll change gears a little bit and we'll go to a more upbeat story. Because I don't like to end on these somber stories.
That's why we put this in. But I like this one.
This is a cool story.
I like this.
So this story comes out of I think it was Wisconsin, I believe it was. And as we all know, COVID shut a lot of stuff down, right? And one of the things that was hit hard were schools.
High school
right?
kids.
They closed the schools down. Kids went home. They parents became teachers and principals and everything else, right?
Yep.
And a lot of these kids were trying to find, just like all of us did, we're trying to find something to do that they could kill time with, right? So this young man by the name of Hayden McGlynn decided that he was going to try and kill all this time with movies, like I think a lot of us have done, right? Netflix, and there was a meme not too long ago where it said, "I've watched all of Netflix."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid did that. So his idea was that he was going to watch all of the Marvel movies in the order in which they were supposed to be played. Right. Started out with Iron Man, and he finished it. Well, he finished these in 4.5 days.
That's kind of quick.
A lot of movies. He binged it. He finished
kidding.
it in 4.5 days.
He was staying up at night.
I'm sure, of course he was.
I'd love to know how many hours that was.
Oh, I'm sure it's a lot. I'm sure it's a lot.
Get on the old interweb.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot. I'll get back to the comments here in a little bit, guys. So yeah, I'm sure it was a lot of time. But what was cool about this, and why I'm bringing this story up, is through watching all of the Marvel movies, this young man kind of tied himself to Tony Stark, who played, who was Iron Man, right? And Tony Stark, for that, for everybody who may or may not know, Tony Stark grew up with a dad who was an inventor and a tinkerer, and Tony became a weapons guy, right?
Right.
Well, this kid kind of looked at Tony and was like, I'm kind of like that. The only thing I don't have is the means that Tony has, right? Because Tony's a millionaire.
Right.
But he's like, I got a brain. I can mess around. So this young man decides that he wants to use his time now in quarantine with a meaningful project, and he wants to restore a car. So he gets on the internet and he finds a 1965 Thunderbird,
right,
that he wants to restore. He tells his dad, this is what I want to do. We'll put it in the yard next to the garage, and I will bring this thing back to its former glory. Well, as most of us can imagine, Mom caught wind of it and said, there is absolutely no way you were putting a car with no wheels in my yard next to the garage. So
the HOA would hate that too.
The HOA
they wouldn't like that very much.
So it ends there. And the cool part about this story is that the kid, he doesn't let that die, right? So he starts texting his dad. He'll text his dad every day with a new link to a new car that needs to be fixed, right? And he just keeps going and going and going with this. And what's cool about this is if we remember, not too long ago, we ran a story about Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maitinance.
Yes, we did.
Phenomenal book. If you've never read the book, you got to get it. It's a great book. And in that book, Robert Pirsig, who wrote the book, he kind of views the educational system a little differently than most of us. He sees an education system without grades. He thinks that the education system should kind of prepare people for life, right?
And
give them a trade, give them something that they can use, right?
Yes, I agree.
Learn how to do your taxes instead of whatever, right?
That was me, math for daily living.
There you go.
I learned how to write checks in high school.
So
look up phone numbers in the phone book. Remember that?
Yes,
exactly. So Hayden, this young man Hayden, he's like, I kind of like, because he read the book. His dad made him read the book, which I thought was kind of cool about it too. But the kid was like, I kind of like this no grade school thing. So he runs with it, and he decides that he's really into this. He wants to do this. He started repurposing floorboards to make a shelf in his bedroom. He upcycled a thrift store nightstand, made it into a charging stand so he could charge his phone and his tablet and everything while he's sitting, while he's laying in bed.
Tony Stark Jr. right there.
Exactly, right? He swapped out the kitchen faucet that wasn't working good. I'm sure mom looked at him and looked at dad and was like, "What the hell?
What's going
I've
on
been
with
asking
you?
you to do this forever, right?" The kid takes care of it. But again, he just won't let this die, and he won't let this die, and he keeps texting his dad with this stuff. And finally, Dad goes, well, you know what? Maybe rebuilding a 1965 Thunderbird isn't the best idea for a 14-year-old. But a moped is a pretty easy endeavor, right?
Yes, it is.
So he looks at the kid and he tells him, hey, if you can find a moped for $100, we'll buy the moped and let you rebuild it. Lo and behold, kid comes back an hour later with a moped.
An hour
later, found a deal. So there's the picture. We can kind of
put it up there. There it is.
Kind of look at it. So,
now you lost us.
Anyways, did I just kill it? Yeah, I did. There we go. So he finds a moped for $75. The moped's in just ridiculous shape. The front end of it, he's got a piece of 2x4 on it for the front end. The thing doesn't run. The tires are flat. But Dad stayed to his word, and he goes and he picks up this moped. They throw it in the back of the truck. The guy who's selling it hauls ass inside to make sure that they don't change their mind.
Man.
And they take off. And he gets the moped back home. He breaks it down. Go back up a little bit. He breaks it down. He dismantles the gas tank. He drained the oil out of it. He MacGyvered a pin to turn into a siphon to siphon all the fuel out of it. And then he basically was like, hey, I'll do my chores if you guys will buy me a battery for the moped, if you buy me some spark plugs for the moped, and so forth and so on.
Wait a minute, he's supposed to do his chores anyway. You mean extra chores?
Extra chores, yeah, just to kind of get his, to get a little extra money, right?
All right.
But he had a mission now, and his mission was to make this thing run.
He had a point to prove too.
Exactly, right?
That was the moral of the story. He had
point to prove.
That's
to his
it.
mom.
Yeah.
So long story short, it takes him about a month, and he gets the blinkers to work on the thing. He can't get it to turn over, and a buddy of his dad's overhears what's going on, and he tells his dad, "Hey, I've got this other moped that doesn't run. It's a little bit better shape than what you have. I'll just give you guys the moped, and you guys can use it for whatever you need."
Spare parts.
So Hayden takes his second moped and scavenges the parts off of it that he needs, and in a little less than 2 months, he's got this thing good to go. And he's going to turn it over, and it won't crank. The starter just whines. It won't crank. So he looks at his dad. He goes, "Dad, I want you to hit the starter when I tell you." So now Dad has become the assistant to the kid, right?
Right.
So he's like, "Okay, Dad, hit it," and he goes and he gets some starter fluid and he sprays it down into the the little
Fire in the
carburetor,
hole,
and just,
right?
boom, lights it off, and he kicks it off, and the thing runs, right? So now he's completed his mission. He's got a moped that runs. He looks at his dad and he goes, "Later." He jumps on it, straps his helmet on, and he goes to take off. And his dad, the kid's only 14 or he's 13, I think. When he turns 14, he can get a license to ride the moped. The dad's got to register the moped, but the dad, looking at his son, says, "You know what? You've earned it. You got your victory tour. Go take it around the cul-de-sac and have some fun with it." So,
dude, that is such a cool story, man.
so that's the feel-good story, right?
Do you know who's somebody in our area? He's still around, but you remember Billy Lane?
Oh yeah,
Billy Lane.
Billy Lane he was something similar to that.
is that right?
That guy can build the nastiest, rattiest rat bike you've ever seen. He'll take anything he can find and weld it on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
His shop was in Melbourne back in his heyday.
Yep.
When he was on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
Well, Eric's done some stuff with Billy. Him and Billy are
yeah.
pretty close.
Yeah. Eric painted for him.
He is an absolute mastermind when it comes to building a rat bike.
Yeah, he's got some kind of engineering degrees.
He does.
Yeah.
He had some hard times coming. They came up
A little
a
bit,
couple years ago, and he overcome those. And he paid his dues to society, and he's back out again. Hell of a welder. Hell of a welder.
Yeah.
The guy can weld anything.
Something I still want to learn.
I'd love to learn how to weld too. We've got a friend of the show, Mr. Phil. We call him the mad scientist. This guy is the same thing. He'll just he throws stuff together you just wouldn't even believe.
But he bolts it together.
But he doesn't know how to weld, so he literally bolts it with Loctite. He took his uncle, it was either his uncle or his dad's gold wing, and chopped it up and made a bobber out of the gold wing. Beautiful bike. And I say beautiful. It's beautiful in what it is, right?
Yeah,
it's not going to win any.
No, it's got a socket. It's got like a ratchet for a shift lever.
Yeah, but it's just really super cool. And then when we were at the expo a couple years ago, he called me up and he's like, "Hey man, I've got a creation I made. I want to bring it out to you guys. If you'll have it." I'm like, "Yeah, what do you got?" He's like, "Well, I found it was like a 1950 or something like that, 3-wheel Harley Davidson
golf cart. Yeah.
And he chopped it in half and he threw a freaking a 4-wheeler, a
Raptor
4-wheeler rear end on it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
engine and all.
The thing was the sketchiest thing in the world.
Scary is not even.
You can imagine a Raptor rear end on a tilt, because he still kept the tiller steering wheel for the.
Yeah, they had a little handle on it.
Yeah,
yep, that's what he kept to steer it.
You could flip that thing in a heartbeat. It's like the old 3-wheelers, you know.
Well, this is. I guarantee this didn't stay on 3 wheels very long.
Well, I asked him, I'm like, how far have you gotten with this thing? He's like, I won't take it out of first gear. Like, I don't really blame you there, but
that is scary, man.
But yeah,
your story was on point, and I thought of Billy Lane when you were going telling us about it.
Well, what's cool about this too is the after effect that this is going to have, because this is a lasting thing that this kid's gonna remember. He's going to go back to his buddies and talk about what did you do over the summer? What did you do during the quarantine? We may be looking at
the next
Billy Lane.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because his dad sure as hell ain't in Billy Lane.
But I mean, that's just something that I thought was really cool about it. Who knows what's going to come out of this whole thing? The next thing we might open up the a magazine, a biker magazine, and you'll see Hayden McGlynn, customs or something like that.
You never know.
You never know. You never know.
Winning biker build-offs.
That's it.
Against Billy Lane.
We could find a 65 Ford Thunderbird somewhere to rebuild, don't you?
Yeah.
You can't come by them anymore. They're not out there.
No.
I should find one in a barn somewhere.
It'd be interesting to see how much it was actually, how much he found it for too.
Yeah, really.
But apparently it had no wheels.
We have a friend. His name is Mitch. He's from Indiana. Mitch has got a white one.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he lives in the area. He lives up around.
It's restored though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does he take it out much, or
every now and then, not too often?
I was gonna say most of the when you get cars like that,
it's pearl white.
Yeah.
It's one of the prettiest cars. But he's really really unique. He's very meticulous.
I can imagine. It's funny because most of those people that rebuild or not rebuild but restore those cars, they're meticulous.
You know what he does for fun? He does throwback drag racing.
Is that right?
You remember the old cars that you used to have with a straight front end on them?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's what he had. He has a Fairlane that he races.
Oh, is that right? That's awesome.
Okay. All right. You kind of segued into that. Let's talk about your racing stuff. Tell me about this.
We have a Pro Street car. It's a box body Mustang. It belongs. Sean Roby, a buddy of mine, owns it.
I know Sean.
You know Sean?
Yes.
Double G.
Yeah, I know Sean.
And Lady Luck is the name of the car.
Duh.
And we've done very well with that car. We've got a new motor in it, and we're doing some dialing in, getting things right. We blew the motor up last year. It was a new motor last year, and Sean had gone down to a grudge match, a grudge race with a bunch of guys in West Palm, and he tuned it up too much. And blew it up.
Yeah, you
gave it a little more juice.
Yeah,
a little bit too much juice.
Too much juice, and so he sent it off, crated it up, sent it back. So it's back in the car again now. We've been doing some tuning and testing down to Bradenton International Raceway.
Okay,
that's awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We were down last Saturday night, and that car hooks up so nice. It pulls the front wheels. It'll carry them 4 or 5 feet.
Is that right?
So, what do you think? We go down there and check it out?
Might have to go down there and check out some
I'm cordially inviting you guys to be there.
There you
As
go.
I look deep into the camera right now. Everybody in Facebook land, you see what I'm doing here? I'm inviting these guys to come down and do the show.
Putting us on the spot, right? Putting us on the spot.
You are kind of squirming a little bit.
I know. I say, hey. No, but I'd love to go down there.
The smell of race fuel.
Yeah,
and guys, you wouldn't believe what goes on in the staging lane. I have to part the people away to get him into the water box to do the burnout because there is so much money, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, just hundreds, just feathered.
She's like,
that is being swapped out in the middle, in the staging lane. And you will not believe them. It blew me away. I'm busy getting him into the water box, doing the burnout, and get him staged. So we can race our race.
Right, so that means your money's not going in that pile.
No, it's not. None of that. No, mine's going in for fuel and nitrous and all that kind of cool stuff. But Double G's he's very in tune with his car. Mm-hmm. He's consistent with it, and that's one of the things in drag racing you have to be.
Oh yeah.
The tune, guy is smart. He dials himself in from the time he gets to the track to the time we pull out.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just a wrench, and help him out with fuel. And because folks, if you've ever gone out and bought a 5-gallon pail of race fuel, it's about $100
for 5 gallons.
Yeah, it ain't cheap.
That's that high test shit right
there. And nitrous,
it's almost like alcohol.
Nitrous is about $90 a bottle. So we go through 7 bottles in a meet.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's a $400, $500 night.
Whoa!
Just a night.
Yeah, that's not even counting getting in. So it's expensive.
Wow.
But we enjoy doing it. We have a good time. He brings his daughters. Mike brings his kids, and we make it a family affair. And it's a lot of fun.
That's cool. That's
fun.
That's good. Fun.
So since we talked about that, let's talk about something else you got going on.
Salty Shamrock, 30th of July. That's next Thursday night. We hope that everybody can come down and hang out with us. We had a band that was booked previously, the Red Line Band. Paul, if you're listening, if you're on Facebook, man, we hope you get better. Paul fell ill with the coronavirus.
Oh wow!
And so he spent some time in the hospital, and so he gave me the okay to book another band. He'll get well. He'll be back later on in the year. But we've got the Bush Hog Band going to be there. It's the last Thursday of every month at the Salty Shamrock down in Apollo Beach. Folks, if you're jonesing to get on your motorcycles to come to a bike show, come on down to the Salty Shamrock next Thursday night. And once again, I'm going to invite these two to hang out with me, do a live show right there at the Salty Shamrock.
I think that's a good idea.
What do you think?
I think we could probably make that happen.
I think so.
Well, I don't think that I have any travels coming up.
Dunedin is a long way from.
It's a hike. It's a hike. It's probably about. I think we looked at it. I think it's like an hour and 45 minutes. I think
it's a straight shot down 75.
Straight shot. So,
yeah. But folks, we want you there. We got drink specials. We're going to have food $8 sandwiches. I don't know what Sean's going to put on the. Sean Rice, the owner, used to own the O'Brien's there in Brandon. Yeah, he opened that place up.
Okay.
Sold out, and he opened up the Salty Shamrock about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And believe it or not, and you and I were talking about this the other day. Our bike show is the longest, other than Bill Church's Quaker Steak and Lube.
Yep.
The longest running bike night in the area.
Yeah.
In the Tampa Bay area, so
and that's pretty cool. And I didn't know that. I think I knew of it last year for some reason.
Yeah.
And I've known you for a couple of years, but I mean, we were never like close. I rode with you once or twice.
I never sat in your home and sat on your favorite couch.
You like this a casting couch here, brother?
This is a casting couch. I may get my break, folks, right here.
That's it.
Run through studio. You never know. I thought the kids were let outside.
Yeah.
Well, there they are. Anyway, folks, but come on down to the Salty Shamrock next Thursday night from 6 to 10. We got a 4-class bike show. We've got bike of the night. We're going to have a good time. We're going to practice social distancing. We're going to keep people out of the restaurant. We've got multiple tents that are all over the venue, so you'll be out of harm's way and be out of the elements. Have a drink, have food of your choice. Got a great chef. It's going to be a great night. And my man Eric Warren is bringing his trailer down, and we're going to have some bikes to display. We got a lot of vendors. It's going to be a good time. Folks are jonesing to ride.
How can they get a hold of you?
You can call me. I'll give you my phone number. It's 813-802-8263. I don't care who calls. That's my number. Call me, and I'll give you all the ins and outs of what's going to be going on next Thursday night.
Awesome. Yeah.
And we will. I'll link the Facebook event too. We'll share the event on our page as well. So if anybody wants the information there, they can get it.
I do want to thank Fran Hosh Law Group.
Of course.
Absolutely.
We cannot go that cannot go unsaid. As well as the Full Throttle Magazine. Tony, we thank you for your sponsorship for the bike show, as well as Fran. She's unbelievable.
She is. She is.
Oh my gosh!
I tell you what, when we got involved with her this year, man, it was just crazy.
She is an absolute sweetheart, and she gives so much back to the community, and we're so blessed to have her on our side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
In more ways than one. So yeah,
we're all one big team, right,
that's
guys?
it. We are. I mean,
so there's 2 shirts we have to get. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And technical
difficulties. Yeah. So, like I said, we'll link that event as well. But we will do our best to make an appearance at that event because we've been talking about this for
since the
over
biker
a year.
build-off.
Yeah, for a while now. So
yep.
We will. We've got to make true on that eventually. So.
Well, I've already got a space carved out for you guys.
There you go.
With all the outside seating and the tents we've got put up. Space around, I call it the horseshoe. It
right.
is like a horseshoe around the building. It's going to be limited, but I got a spot for you guys.
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Oh, by the way, the band, I told you about the band, right?
Yeah. Say it again.
Bush Hog Band. James McKnight. Kin to Billy McKnight. They talk. He gets asked that all the time. It's okay.
That's awesome. All right, so before we run into some more of these events here, I just want to kind of jump back onto some of these comments real quick.
Yeah, what's going on?
Sissy said, funny how the news didn't show the story about the guys going down the motorcycle.
Yeah, right?
I completely agree on that one. Connie, I heard nothing. Yep. Sissy, my foster brother got killed in Clearwater crossing 19 on his bike.
Oh man,
19. We just had a conversation before we started the show today. 19 is the absolute worst place to be on a bike, a motorcycle, a walk, or whatever.
Anything.
A car, even a car.
Especially in that area, I'd say from 54 down.
Yeah,
forget it.
Yeah, no, it's just a disaster. Dan, all the way from England, says Chatterham are easier to build. I'm not sure what a Chatterham is. Anybody?
No.
Dan, if you can
elaborate,
let us know what a Chatterham is. I'm curious. Oh wait, here it is. Comes as a car in a box with a Honda CBR 1000 engine, and you just build it like a Lego. Hey, that's cool. I have to look that up then. A Chatterham. I've never heard of it.
Definitely have to check it out.
Sissy says a future fabricator, like we were just saying. Dan, rest in peace. Where did it go? Rest in peace, Indian Larry, greatest bike builder.
He was. I like Indian Larry died on my birthday.
Wow.
Doing some crazy stuff.
Well,
too.
he did what August 30th.
You're telling me a barefaced lie?
No, because yours is the same day. We talked about this. Oh no! We talked about this. We talked about this.
Oh my gosh!
At Carmel's party.
Did we?
Yes. We just see. You're getting old.
No, we're getting old.
You're getting old. Because I remember.
Oh my God!
August 30th. You and I. Birthday.
What time of day were you born?
6:30 in the morning, something like that.
You're a little older than me.
No, you're still probably
11:20.
11:20.
11:20.
Yeah, but what year?
We're having difficulties right now. It's like a cell signal going away.
Something's
happening right now. I can't hear you.
That's funny. Dan saying it's been great to see us live again, lads. I will say good night and see you next time. Got to work in the morning.
Thank you.
Wish you all safe rides and safe in good health. Ride safe, ride happy.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. I know you're not with us anymore, but thank you. We'll see you next week. All the way from England. Got to love it.
That's awesome.
6 hours.
Yeah,
and
he's a little late there.
He watches every week.
Yeah, he watches every week. It's really cool.
It is.
Bradenton rocks and Chad. What's up, peeps? What's up, Chad? Hey. Brian York, welcome, buddy. Thanks for joining.
What's up, B-Man?
All right. So the next event we're going to talk about is a full throttle event. This is happening tomorrow, guys. This is an event that we thoroughly love doing.
Yes.
It sucks that it has to be done in the way that it has to be done this year, but again, COVID has kind of screwed that up. So Christmas in July, it's a virtual telethon. It's going to air tomorrow, the 24th, from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on the Full Throttle Facebook page. 2-hour live stream event. It'll help raise money for the St. Joseph's Children's Hospital Foundation. Again, live stream will be on Full Throttle's Facebook page. They're going to have kind of all kinds of Christmas stuff going on. Christmas carols, Christmas skits, reading the night before Christmas, and much more.
I can see Tony doing it.
I know, right?
Oh, they're doing a gingerbread building contest.
That's it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a heck of a time.
We talked about that last night.
And because the annual toy run can't happen, they're doing a telethon. So anybody that watches, if you don't watch, you can probably get to it. Get to the donation page. I've got the link, so I'll throw that up there for you guys too. But if you can, just give what you can. $5, $10, whatever.
$100.
If you were like us that are normally doing this ride, you're going to spend $20, $30, $40 on a toy anyways. Just give them the $20, $30.
That's right.
It's for the kids. Remember, that's all it's for. It's for these these kids that are going through some tough times.
See, like I said last week, not last week, but the week before when we did this. Like you said, spending the gas money, what it's going to take you to get down there, how much you're going to spend for the door.
Just food and everything
figure it all out.
Yep.
And just donate that whole amount.
Yep.
And you know it's about $100.
Did we not? The one year, once the ride was over with, we went into the baseball.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah,
that was last year.
The Yankees.
Yep.
That was very cool to ride your bike on the infield.
Yeah, we
wasn't
missed
that
that ride.
That was the December one. That was not the Christmas in July though. That was the later one, I think.
I think it was the Christmas one.
It
No, it couldn't have been.
couldn't
It had to have been
because the baseball season
because
was
baseball
on.
was going on.
season. Okay.
Yeah, so it was last Christmas in July. I was working, and you probably had something else going on. But
I was on that ride
because I wanted to.
We won't. This one and the regular Christmas toy run are the two rides that we almost on. That and the Wreaths ride.
I want to add to that. I'm glad you brought that point up. Wreaths Across America.
Yeah.
The organizer was on the show last night at Burke's.
Oh, okay.
And that will go on, rain or shine.
Yep.
COVID-19, he didn't care. That event will happen no matter what, folks. So put that on your calendar.
Absolutely.
I want to say it's December 19th or 20th, something like that.
Okay.
So we'll look it up.
Stand by. There'll be more.
Yeah, and that's a ride that we do every year. I say we. Bobby's taken the the brunt of it last.
Yeah, someone didn't want to go because it was raining.
It
was nasty last year.
It was pouring.
Wait,
it was really not.
Someone didn't want to go because it was raining.
Yeah. Okay. It was pouring.
No, it wasn't.
Alvie, you need a hug?
I do. Chad says he got his mug. Thanks. Yeah. Awesome, Chad.
Sorry it took so long, brother.
This whole mail thing and COVID thing, it just sucks.
I'm not going to ask what the story behind the mug is.
No, it's our little. We don't have any. We've got to get some more, but we always do like a trivia at the end of the show. And whoever gets the answer right gets a mug.
Gotcha.
Here's what we did. We actually went and ordered some more mugs.
Yes.
So they are coming. They're going to have our logo on them, so you're going to get mugs with our face. Well, not our faces, but our logo. So
and we got T-shirts coming too. So
the only thing I got out of the Bacher build off last year was a huggy from you guys.
Yeah, I got some of those too.
Yeah,
you can have those. I got a lot of them.
We got a shit ton of them. So.
We bought 1,000.
Oh
no!
Yeah. So next event we are looking forward to. This
is the Battle of the Bands, man.
Yes.
This is good. We actually did an interview with one of the bands that are in it.
We did, and actually, before you jump onto that, stay tuned because at 8:30 tonight we air the interview with 3 Foot Offset. So
awesome.
So stay with us at 8:30. That interview is going to air. So.
That's a badass name.
It is a badass name, right?
And we found out why. Is it still in there?
Yeah, it's in the interview. So we won't say anything. We'll tell you after.
We'll tell you after. So this next one is the Battle of the Bands. It's the finale. It's September 20th. It's at Quaker Steak and Lube. This is going to be awesome because these 6 bands are freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Man. So 2 bands from each of the preliminary rounds have competed in their winning. So each round, you have 3 rounds, gives you 6 bands. That's what's going on there. The winner of the Battle of the Bands grand finale, they'll get a prize package totaling $2,500. Just put that in my pocket. So anyway, it includes trophies, cash, a debut bike night at Quaker Steak and Lube. They've already played there once now.
Yeah.
Each one of them.
There you go.
So get T-shirts, and your video will appear on My Warrior Place's website until the next winner of the Battle of the Bands. A 2-night stay at My Warrior's Place and much more. The runner-up at the finale will receive a prize package totaling $1,000. For some reason, I didn't say that it was to sponsor My Warrior's Place, but it is.
Yeah, it's to benefit My Warrior's Place, which, again, super amazing cause. My Warrior's Place was set up by a woman by the name of Kelly Cowell. She lost her son in Afghanistan.
Yes. Now, may I interject right there? Just so you know, the date of this, September 20th, is the anniversary of his death.
Yes.
It was not chosen that way.
It just fell that.
It fell that way.
Fell into the
Connie was ready to change.
Yeah, we were
going to
change it.
She said, "No, we're not going to have it that day." Kelly, she says, "No, it's my son talking to me because that's how all this started."
Yeah,
her son came to her about this. So
so Kelly lost her son in Afghanistan. I don't know the year. I should know the year by now, but I don't remember. I don't recall. But afterwards, she went through all her grieving and everything. She set up this organization, and basically, it's out in Apollo Beach, and she's got a ton of land on the water, and she's got all these cabins set up. And if you are a Gold Star family, you're a veteran, you're a first responder, you're active duty. any of those, any combination of those, you can go out there and you can go fishing. You can stay at the cabins. You name it. It's basically a spot for people to go and just kind of unwind, meet other Gold Star families, meet other vets that are dealing with a lot of stuff, and it's because of this woman through her own sacrifice is helping people, helping people get out through their own stuff. So
right.
So yeah, that's what My Warriors Place is. Amazing organization. The lineup for the Battle of Bands: Jack Mantra, 3-foot offset, Whiskey Throttle, Fade to Grace, Potbelly Stallion, and Symmetry. Again, like the 1-3 said, all these bands are phenomenal. It's going to be we're going to be in a very difficult position having to judge this whole thing.
Oh, so, yeah.
I said this last night, not looking forward to this event because I don't want to judge this, but I can't wait because it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
Oh, it's going to be fun, man.
The event sponsors for this are, again, our good friend Fran Hosh, the Fran Hosh Law Group, 866 Lawfran, lawfran.com. Misfit Metalworks, they are Marvin is making all of the trophies for this event. So thanks again to Misfit Metalworks. Ryan over at Artist Direct doing all the sound work for that event. My Warriors Place, of course. Whistle Pig Whiskey, Quaker Steak and Lube. Bill Church is so kind that he's giving 15% of all food sales is going to the event as well.
Right, that's 15, not 50.
So if you guys are at that event, please buy as much food as you can because it helps the cause as well.
Yep.
Connie over at Constance After Dark, and of course, me and the 1-3 are offering our voices for the event as MCs. So looking forward to the event. It's a fun time. We've had fun the last two rounds, so can't wait for this one. Next one we got coming up is it's a fun event. Connie's been putting this one together. It's the Old School Biker Rodeo. It's just exactly like it sounds. It's going to be Saturday, November 7th from 12 to 6. It's going to be at the American Legion Post 335 in Newport Richey. Old school games, man. Slow race, the barrel race, needle in the haystack, cone race. There's going to be prizes, 50-50 raffle, gift baskets, food, drinks, and the guys over at 3-foot Offset are going to be playing as well.
The food baskets, the gift baskets, they're going to be given up, donated by Rider Now magazine.
Right, and Miss Valerie Smith over there.
Yeah, thank you for that.
She is also doing the gift baskets for the Battle of Bands as well.
Yes.
So
amazing
thanks again,
baskets,
Valerie,
man.
for that. Proceeds are going to benefit the Veterans Enhancement Project. Excuse me. Another great organization. I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but what these guys do is they help all of our vets through motorcycle ministry, basically. So they take guys who maybe have lost a limb or whatever. They need a modified bike. They get these guys. They help them. They actually help build the bike with the vet, and then they turn a bike over to these guys. Their whole mission is to take action against veteran suicide, which we all know claims the lives of 22 vets a day. Yep. So a super great organization. Can't wait to do some more with them. And then last but not least, as far as I know, Leesburg is still going on. Most of the other events have now shut down. Cody River is canceled, and St. Pete Bike Fest has been canceled.
Yeah, I'm kind of like going like this because I already got my hotel and.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, you should be able to cancel if it comes down
for
to
the Bike Fest.
Yeah, for Leesburg. I'm already there for Leesburg.
We are too, and we got hotels.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be canceled.
I don't think so either. I think because they've already moved this once, and it's in November, so I'm thinking that we're going to be okay.
I think so. Yeah. So anyway, it's been rescheduled. Well, it's scheduled, not rescheduled, but scheduled for November 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Let me ask you.
Go ahead, man.
The thing about it is I think is April when Leesburg normally is.
Yep.
It's hotter than Hades. If they can pull this off and have it in November when the weather's cooler, this may be a date they might want to stick with.
We've been saying that since they rescheduled this.
Every time.
Completely agree.
Great minds think alike here, brother.
Completely agree with you on that.
They could be onto something here.
Yeah.
So let's hope they can pull it off.
And the reason they chose these dates is because there's no other major event going on.
Yes,
well,
sure.
and what's cool about it too is if everything is set up like all the events are going on, you literally come off of You come off of Biketoberfest in Daytona. You roll right into Cody River. You roll right into Leesburg. Then you roll right into St. Pete Bike Fest, and it's all literally boom, 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 right down the line. I think it's each week there's an event.
We could make a whole show out of bike events.
Yeah, you could.
But there's one other event that I don't know if you guys ever been to, is the Thunder Beach.
Oh yeah. You went there last year.
I went there last year.
There is a rumor that Thunder Beach either in the fall or the spring, and I think it's going to be in the fall because it's back to back with what's going on with Oktoberfest.
Mm-hmm.
They may do away with the event in Panama City.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not do away with it, but move it to Pensacola.
Wow.
Really?
Now, I don't know that to be the case. This is just a mere rumor, and it came from a pretty reliable source.
Yeah.
Well, inquiring minds, stay tuned.
Yeah,
Stay
let's
tuned.
check
We'll
this
definitely
out.
keep it
But
up.
it could very well change. Because it really and truly, the events back to back only benefit the vendors.
Yeah.
Because if you go to Oktoberfest, the next weekend you're not going to ride to Panama City.
Right. Yeah. For
It ain't
long
gonna
events like that.
It ain't
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Right.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so maybe this being in November is not going to be good, but then it will be because you have certain people. Hey, I can't make it to this event. Let's go to this one. Then they have a better choice in the cooler months to
There are
ride.
some people say that they would rather go to Leesburg than Oktoberfest.
I would agree
I do.
with that. I would agree with that.
And it becomes a more regional type show.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can find a way to cool the weather down a little bit in
Mhm.
November,
Yeah.
I'm all in.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, we've probably got. I think there's 10 couples that are going with us at Leesburg. We all got rooms at one hotel.
That's like who's going to Key West. That's like 10 couples going to Key
It
West.
is. The same group's going with Leesburg.
That's awesome.
That is cool. Anyway, there are bands supposedly playing in Leesburg if it goes on.
If it goes on, right?
Friday night is Saliva. Saturday is going to be Lit and Hoobastank. And then Sunday is Eddie Montgomery and the Montgomery Gentry. I guess is that country
I
or
still
what?
like Third Offset, though.
I
That's
wouldn't
okay.
know.
I like that name.
Yeah. No, it's
It's still like 3 foot offset.
But, yeah, I do. I like
There's
it.
there's a reason for
Well,
it.
and I'll tell you that if you get a chance to come out to the Battle of the Bands or the Biker Rodeo,
Yes.
you won't be disappointed. They're a phenomenal band. Those guys are really super talented. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys,
Well, that's actually all the events we have.
that's all we got. Yeah.
No, just make sure you got your motorcycles polished up and come down to Quaker Steak. Not Quaker Steak. Bill Church has got that in my mind.
You were
Salty
just out
Shamrock.
there.
The Salty Shamrock. Come down to Salty Shamrock next Thursday night. We'd love to see you guys.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Good.
Sounds
As
good.
long as he don't have to
As
fly.
long as I don't have anything going on, we'll definitely make it down.
Mama, you got anything?
I'm good.
She's good? Okay. See, look at that.
All right.
So
Well,
I'm good.
Well,
With
I want to say one thing before we close.
Absolutely.
This has been so much fun.
I appreciate
We've been talking about doing this for a long time now, and hope you'll have you back.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, you guys talk about it. You guys talk about it.
No, I'm glad you came out because we've been
Me
talking
too.
about
Well,
getting you out
the
here
new
for a
intro.
while, too,
I was
so.
here this first. That's awesome. It's all good.
Just all kinds of
first.
firsts.
It's all kind of first.
See, Eric is always with us. He's right behind you. See?
Oh my God! Get a haircut. What he has.
He has got one.
He's got one. I know he has.
It didn't look like
Yeah, he doesn't look. Yeah, I
all
love
right.
that guy today. He's a good guy.
So, Sharpie, thanks for
brother.
joining
Thanks
us,
for
brother.
having me.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, brother.
1-3. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
guys, thanks
Enjoyed
for
it.
watching. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I got nothing else, so
I'm
you
good,
guys keep it rocking.
Keep the rubber side down, baby.
Ride safe.
We'll see you guys next